Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Starterpack Podcast. We're at episode 6 now, I believe. So we're going strong, and today is no different. We have John VLC.
Good afternoon, gentlemen.
Yeah, we got the new meme guy, the funny Destocked rebalanced guy. So let's get in with this. To introduce me, I'm the host, as well as Jesse over here. He's also hosting, but he's like silent most of the time. But he might be yapping this time, hopefully, because it is tech oriented this episode. So without wasting any more time, I can actually form proper sentences, I hope. We're gonna ask the big question: how did you get into Skylanders?
Well, first of all, this is probably the first time many people are gonna hear my voice. So yeah, I'm British. And I got into Skylanders because I went to a cousin's house once when I was 5, and they had SSA. I think it was SSA XPEC. I'm pretty sure they were playing on Xbox 360, and it just seemed so fucking cool to me. The whole placing the toy on the portal. I think the level they were playing, it was Crystal Eye Castle or something. I can't really remember it that well, but I'm pretty sure it's Crystal Eye Castle. And I was so I really wanted to get the game. So I think my mom bought me Giants for either my birthday or Christmas that year, and I fucking loved it. I don't even it was so long ago. It was literally I think it's 12 years ago now.
Yeah.
It's hazy, but I remember certain parts. I remember playing Drill X's Big Rig and being just fascinated by the Earthgate for no fucking reason. I don't know why. And I distinctly remember fighting Drill X as Bouncer, and I was oh my god, he kind of looks like Bouncer.
I remember that.
Yeah, I just have a lot of fond memories of the game. Then a year later, I got SWAT Force. Both of them were on the Wii, but I didn't care about the graphics. Little me was just happy to get another Skylanders game, and as a kid, I fucking loved SWAT Force. Wait, should I tone down profanity or something, or?
I mean, that's fine? Up to you. This is an uncensored podcast. You're more than welcome to yap.
I loved SWAT Force as a kid. All the cool levels. I loved Shark, the Sharp Fin, Tessa, all of them. I even Gorm. I know people don't really like Tuck and Gorm, but I love Gorm. He's funny hippo man. But I think I then skipped Trap Team, and then I got Superchargers. I don't really remember playing that much Superchargers. I think I beat the entire game, but I didn't really I don't think I liked it, but not as much as SWAT Force and Giants. I didn't play any of the other Skylanders games, just those 3 as a kid. So then, after that, I kind of just fell out of the series. And then one day in 2021, I got a recommendation from Crypt Crusher. The all Skylanders bosses ranked. I distinctly remember, and a Chompy Mage on the thumbnail, and I was holy shit, Skylanders! I forgot about that. And I watched the whole video, and because I didn't play 3 of the games, I was confused half the time, because I didn't know what the hell a Doom Raider or a Doom Lander was.
Yeah, it seems with you and a lot of other people around 2020, 2021 is when everybody got back into the game, for a brief period of time. I know I did. I had a major phase back then. That's kind of interesting how everybody collectively had that during the 10-year anniversary.
Yeah, and then I think I downloaded Ring of Heroes, but I just didn't really like it that much. So I just played the original games. But keep in mind, I only had like a very small amount of figures because my mom had given like a lot of them to a charity shop. So I only had Donkey Kong, his vehicle, Series 3 Stealth Elf, Hot Dog, and I think that's it. That's all the figures I had to replay the games. But I still love them. I grinded I remember I grinded for an entire day to get to level 75 on superchargers for no reason. Like I only had like 3 Skylanders. I don't know why I did that.
Do what you gotta
And
do, I
then
guess.
and then I started collecting them again. Like I bought my first Skylander that I bought like when I got back in was Eyebrow from CEX as well as Pop Fawn at the same time. Then I found a couple bundles on eBay of like some Giants figures which had every single Giant and a bunch of other figures. Then had like a bunch of Swap Force reposes and cores, and then I found like I found the best deal, all 16 swappers for like 50 quid.
That's not bad, bro. That's actually really good.
Yeah, and then I was like, holy shit. But keep in mind, I didn't even have all the games. I still only had Giants Wii, Swap Force Wii, and Superchargers Wii U. So, like, I was stuck with the worst version of Swap Force to use those swappers in. So then I just decided to just buy the rest of the games. I bought SSA a bit later, but like I just bought the rest of the games on Wii U. I bought like Giants on Wii U. Then I also bought Swap Force on Wii U. Then I bought Trap Team's Wii U starter pack, but all of the stuff is loose. A bit later than that, I bought Imaginators with a Sensei and a Creation Crystal because like I heard people were saying it was the worst game, but I wanted to give it a chance. I liked it, but like just because I liked the other Skylanders game, it's definitely like my least favorite one.
Mm-hmm.
And wait, what's your next question?
Nah, you can keep
Like,
yapping, bro. It's like there's no time
Wait,
limit.
is it about like game rankings? Because if you want to know my game rankings, like here's my top 15 Skylanders games. Because I've played like because I think I've played every single Skylanders game you can currently like play. Like so number 1, Giants. Because I just like it is nostalgic, yes, but like it's also just like it's the least flawed Skylanders game. It has the best levels in my opinion. It does everything that SSA did right, but more. And like it just has so much charm.
I can agree
And
with you there.
and then Superchargers. I warmed up to it because like when I got back into the series, like I heard people were saying Superchargers was the worst, so I just like said it. Then I just replayed the game and realized, holy shit, this is peak. What are people talking about?
Yes.
What is one? It's peak. It's peak. And then
Superchargers here.
The next on my list is SSA, which because it's just Giants, but the first one. So obviously, because I like Giants, I'm gonna like SSA. Then Swap Force. Yeah, it dropped down in my rankings a bit. It was my favorite Skylanders game when I was a kid, but I still love it. Like it's got so much post-game content. Like it's got an entire score attack, time attack mode. It's arguably a better arena modes than Giants and Trap Team. Like it's got so much like extra content besides the main story, and the main story's long enough anyway. So, like, yeah, people could say it's like quantity over quantity, but like, I really liked I like the levels besides like Boney Islands. Like I don't really get that much of the hate for it. And then I'd say, okay, hear me out, but Swap Force 3DS is next. Because,
That's
like,
Interesting.
Yeah, that is a take. Yeah, I know it's a take, but I really like the platforming in this game. It's not as good as SSA, but like it did everything that Giants 3DS did, but removed all the bad things that Giants 3DS did. So there's no real like distinct flaws about Swap Force 3DS, which I like. Also, like the level themes are really creative. Like you have like a Mexican themed like town that then turns into a Day of the Dead inspired town. Then you have like multiple like cherry blossom like levels. Like the level themes in Swap Force 3DS are like very varied, and I really like that.
Yeah.
And then I'd say SSA 3DS. Okay, yeah. Sorry to anyone who likes Trap Team. I love it too. But like, I just love the other games more than it. SSA 3DS, like, it's probably like it's in the same like people don't I think people don't like it because it's too different to every other Skylanders game, just like Superchargers and Superchargers Racing are, because it's got more of a focus on like paced speedrunning platforming rather than the exploration of every other Skylanders game, which I think is why people don't really like it that much. But it really reminds me of games like Pizza Tower, with the whole like Hector chase mechanic. I really love how it adds like pressure to the gameplay. So I'd say SSA 3DS is pretty solid. The platforming's like probably the best in the series. It's the hardest Skylanders game by far. Like, yeah, Giants has a nightmare mode, and it's pretty damn difficult, but it's mostly like a self-imposed challenge, because if you have a ton of Skylanders, like, the actual challenge of nightmare mode isn't that high.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but on 3D...
Then I put Trap Team at 7th, not because it's a bad game. I love it. It's a great game. It's just, it has so much more flaws compared to the games above it. It's just, it does a lot of stuff right. Like, I love the gimmick of the game. Like, the whole trapping villains is really cool. Like, I love like a good quarter of the levels there. Like, Time Town is peak. Chompy Mountain's peak. Like Rainfish Riviera, like, yeah, I know people don't really like it that much, but I love Rainfish Riviera.
All
like,
I can think about is like, press the attack button now. I remember Mag screaming that, bro.
Yeah, like the boss fights, like when it isn't like too like reliant on jump rope mechanics, the bosses are like so peak. Like, I'd say, like, even with the jump rope mechanics, are the best bosses in the series by far. And, like, the whole, like, roster is pretty good as well. The side content of, like, the Chaos Doom challenge is also really fun. And the arenas are back, which, like, more arenas, yay. But, like, the game has, like, a lot of flaws. Like, 40% of the soundtrack's stock music. Okay, we'll get onto stock music later.
Before you keep going, like, Jesse had something to say.
It's 40%. Oh.
I'm trying to think of what I was gonna say now, but
John is a yapper. I didn't know this. Like, he always stays muted.
I forgot what I was gonna say.
It's
no problem though. It's fine. I see how
40% of the soundtrack's stock music. I calculated that myself. It's roughly like 44%, but I'm gonna round it down because there might be like some unused tracks that I've actually counted as well. I'd say like also the glitches. Yeah, I know like people say a lot about the glitches. Yeah, like some people say I haven't encountered a glitch in Trap Team, therefore it's not an issue. But like I encountered many glitches on my first playthrough, and like it wasn't really that pleasant. Like, yeah, I definitely abused the good glitches, like the double jump. Like, I skipped having to open the life gate to get a hat in, I think Sky Highlands.
Hmm.
Also, talking about Sky Highlands, the levels are pretty hit and miss in Trap Team. Like, I'd say like half of them are just okay and good. Like, a quarter of them are amazing, and a quarter of them are on par with Imaginators. But because like I'm gonna list the levels I don't really like. I don't like Secret Sewers that much. I don't like I definitely don't like Golden Desert. I don't like Troll Rocket Steel. What's the other one? I can't. I'm gonna have to look up the names of the levels.
Man, this is great. This guy yaps, and it's like free content.
Oh my god. It's actually entertaining though to listen to as well.
Right.
I'm just saying, right?
I don't really like. I don't like Future of Skylands either. I don't really like. Yeah, I think that's it. But like, basically, all the okay, this is a complete coincidence. This isn't just because it's stock music and stock bad, but all of the levels that exclusively use stock music feel half baked, in my opinion. Like, especially Golden Desert. That is my least favorite level in the entire series. Like,
Yeah.
it's got. Like, it's somehow, even though Trap Team has elemental gates, it feels more linear than every single Imaginators level. I don't know how they did that. And also, like, the gimmick of, like, shooting the Chompy Worm is just... I don't
annoying.
like it.
I don't like it either.
I hate
Yeah,
that.
also-
I agree.
Also, like, Camo would probably agree with me on this, but, like, the 4 times multiplier they just decided to add to the attacks of, like, Skylanders, it kind of just messed really bad with the balancing of the game, because a lot of the older characters from SSA and Giants don't have some of their attack damages, like, actually updated, so you have some, like, attacks doing, like, 90 damage, and, for example, Boomer's, like, secondary dynamites on his top path, they do 4 damage in Trap Team, which in Giants that's good, but in Trap Team is abysmal. And the Swap Force characters especially feel super underpowered because they basically just use their normal Swap Force like damage values, but because the Trap Team uses the Giants values times by 4, the Swap Force characters just feel weak in Trap Team. Also, this Trap Team has it has the highest completion requirements out of any Skylanders game. It's slightly more than Imaginators. Like, you need 10 Trap Masters, 10 traps, and for some reason you need adventure packs to 100% a save. It's literally the only Skylanders game that does that besides Imaginators.
Money.
So you need 24 figures to 100%. And the really stupid thing is that like the whole removing anyone being able to open elemental gates, it wouldn't even like decrease the amount of figures you need to buy, because you'd still need to buy 16 figures to 100%. So I don't even know why they did that. Like, it'd still be like it'd still be double what you needed for Swap Force. So I don't know why they did that.
Money, as
Yeah,
he said.
Yeah, money. Also, jump rope mechanics. I'm just gonna mention that as well because like some people just really don't like it. I personally don't really care that much, but when I'm playing as a melee Skylander, I notice it like immediately. Like I cannot land a hit on Chaos using like Terrafin, for example. It's just pain.
Yeah.
Okay, going on to number 8, Superchargers Racing. I love this one. It's fun.
Dude, the
Like,
animation
It
sequences
is.
for the Supercharger characters is so good. I want to rip the animation stuff.
Like, I don't know why, like, I swear they spent most of the budget on Superchargers Racing on cool-ass animations, because, like, the animations are so smooth. Also, the gameplay. Like, this is probably a hot take, but like, I prefer how the cars control in Superchargers Racing over normal Superchargers. They feel much more like bouncy and easy to control. Which, like, I like how the cars control in normal Superchargers, but man, they feel so good in Superchargers Racing.
Well,
And the extra
I think it's mainly because Superchargers Racing was supposed to be a dedicated racing game, so like the racing or like the vehicles actually had to be kind of decent to handle to be a bearable game.
Yeah, yeah, I get that, but like, some of the people at Beanox just saw that they just decided to add jumping to Skylanders and were like, it would be really funny if we made the cars jump as well. So they made the cars jump. Like, it's such a weird addition, but I love it because you can drift in midair. You can drift while jumping. It feels so good. You can snake in this game, and I just love how the game controls. Also, the tracks are so amazing. Like, you got a track where two Archeans are playing rock paper scissors. That is the best track concept I've seen in a video game. Two giant robots playing rock paper scissors. Then you got Drillex's it was Grillex's Big Barbecue.
Oh my
And- oh, yeah.
god.
I love that level. That one's
Oh,
good.
yeah, have you ever heard of Skylanders music rips? Well, he ripped
Yeah.
the textures of that level, and there is a red boomer on the hot sauce canister, and that just confirms that Hot Scott is actually just canon. Like he's real. Like he appeared in one of the games. Hot Scott's real.
That's amazing.
is to flame. What was it?
Yeah, I just like there's a reason why it's 8. It's just a racing game. Like it's just a simple, fun racing game. Okay, this is where like I'm gonna get like hungered like a steak. Cloud Patrol is the best mobile game. I don't care what people say, it's the best one. Like I love simple mobile games that have like arcadey aspects, like Angry Birds, Flappy Bird,
I can't
basically
roast the
anything
pink
with a
level.
bird in it. Yeah, I love like arcadey mobile games. I much prefer them to like bigger, like more high budget mobile games because of just their simplicity. So Cloud Patrol is just my type of mobile game. Then I'd say Track Team 3DS is my 10th favorite Skylanders game. It like a lot of the flaws of Track Team console are not in the 3DS version. Like you only need 2 extra figures to 100% Track Team 3DS, and it's not as glitchy. Well, people say it crashes a lot, but it didn't crash a lot. Okay, this just makes me sound like a hypocrite for saying like the whole like people saying, "Oh, I didn't encounter a glitch, therefore it's not a problem." Yeah, I sound like a hypocrite now, but Trap Team 3DS has barely any of the problems, and every single villain in Trap Team 3DS has build up. They have 3 story scrolls each, which none of the Trap Team villains, besides the Doom Raiders, got that treatment. And like every single like Trap Team 3DS villain has like a nightmare color scheme and like stuff, so they actually look different to the normal like bad guys that you fight, which I think is cool. Also, like they have every single one has like a boot camp mission, rather than like just the occasional villain in Trap Team having a mission. So I think that's cool. The Dream Sheep is funny. Also, Trap Team 3DS is probably like, besides SSA 3DS, it's probably the most beautiful 3DS game.
I can agree.
They somehow translated the Trap Team console art style to 3DS and made it look good. I don't know how they did it, but Trap Team 3DS, but Trap Team Wii doesn't really look that good. Like I personally find it okay to look at, but like I know some people have an issue with Trap Team Wii. But Trap Team 3DS looks really good for a 3DS game, and like yeah, it's not that phenomenal. Like the actual game itself's just good. It doesn't do anything exceptional, hence why I put it at 10th. Okay, 11th, Lost Islands. From the bit that I played of it, yeah, I get why people think it's the best mobile game. Okay, moving on. Battlegrounds. It's pretty good RTS, but it gets boring a bit. It just gets a bit boring. Okay, Giants 3DS. In my opinion, it's the worst 3DS game. It's still fun, but the levels are way too big. Like, people complain about SWAT Force having long levels when Giants 3DS is there with its, like, super overscaled levels. And also, like, all of the problems that SSA 3DS had, besides maybe the timer that some people had an issue with, are just, like, exemplified in Giants 3DS. Like, the 2 Skylander limit, you have to carry a giant around with you, which fills out one of your slots.
Yeah.
Also, besides that, like, it's fine. I just don't really like the level design at all.
I could say, though, that Giants 3DS had giant levels.
Bro.
That's a good one! That's a good one, Shojiki!
I love
Okay,
how
I'm good with that.
fake levels.
So, for my 14th favourite Skylanders game, it's Imaginators. People hate on this game like it's like the spawn of Satan. It is not a bad game by any means. It is a good game. It's just bad compared to every other Skylanders game. Like having Imaginators be universally seen as the worst Skylanders game. If you look at nearly every single other franchise known to man, their worst games are actually horrible. Like, look at Sonic.
Now look at Spyro.
Yeah, look at Spyro. Spyro Orange is probably the one.
I think the worst Spyro games probably Enter the Dragonfly, or like one of the Legends games. It's like...
It's Shadow Legacy.
Yeah.
It's an RPG where you literally just spam 2 buttons the entire game.
Right. But off topic, like, I think, as you were saying, like, with Imaginators, yeah, it's the worst in the franchise for Skylanders, but yeah, like, the worst game from any franchise, when you look at them and compare, like, Skylanders as, like, let's say the original 2 games for Skylanders, let's compare them, or not really compare them, but, like, let's put them right next to the original 3 Spyro games, best in the franchise. But then when you look at the worst games, it's like the worst game in Spyro would be so far worse than what Imaginators is. Because with Imaginators, I can sit through and I can, like, play and I can enjoy Imaginators. It's the worst in the franchise, but it's not a bad game.
Yeah, Imaginators, like, it's like, it's overhated, but not in the way that people, like, usually associate the word overhated with. Like, it's rated, like, it's rated where it probably should be, but, like, it's so hated for no reason. It's, like, as Mintiac would say, it's a Skylanders game. It's good because it's Skylanders.
I absolutely agree.
Because, like, it's like, yeah, it's got a lot of issues, but, like, at its core, it's still a Skylanders game. It has the same movement as Superchargers. It's gonna be peak. Okay, not peak, but, like, it's gonna be good, just based on the fact that the movements and, like, general controls are good. Like, the levels, yeah, they're a bit underbaked, but, like, it's not like it's not a bad game by any means. It just has a lot of flaws. I'm gonna list out all instead of listing out every single flaw I have with the game, which would probably last like 30 minutes. I'm just gonna say what I love about the game. Okay, the roster, I like probably tied favorite roster in my opinion with SSA. Like, the roster is really fun. I get why people love the roster for the game. Oh, okay, there's Jesse gone. Okay, so, like, I love the roster for the game. They like, all the senseis have, like, really flashy attacks that like, mesh well with each other, and they're all just generally pretty fun. the Imaginator gimmick is pretty fun as well. Like I made Hot Scott and Badlands chugs. What more could you ask of me? Like the gimmick is fun. The roster is fun. It's just the rest of the game, just like the actual game itself. I'd much rather just play another Skylanders game.
Yeah, I can agree there. What a lot of people don't like about Imaginators is the story, and I can understand why.
I personally
Being
don't
a Trojan horse, like what?
story.
What were you saying?
I like out of all the problems I have with Imaginators, the story is probably like the least important problem that I have with the game, in my opinion.
Yeah, I can agree. And I'm not like too story oriented. I love it when a game has a good story. But like there are some games that I'll go to if I want a good story. Like Omori, one of my favorite games of all time, has one of the best stories. Shit got me emotional every single time. Like if I want a good story, I'd play a story driven game. If I want a combat game, I'd play a combat oriented game. If I want a Toys to Life game, I'm picking Skylanders. You see, what I think why a lot of the story gets a lot of beef with Imaginators is obviously, yeah, like the story is kind of childish and kind of goofy, but straight after a game like Superchargers, where I am not 100% sure on this, but from what I remember, the story was completely directed by one of the like maybe not one of the authors of the Skylander books, but like like a well-known author or something. So like
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the same people who wrote the comics wrote Superchargers. I'm pretty sure.
yeah, I thought I heard something about that. But anyways, so that's where like the good story comes from. But when you look at Imaginators, like let's pretend Superchargers never existed. Oh my god, I'm like all of a sudden like really depressed. But like Imaginators compared to something like, for example, like SSA, it's like the story is it's just a kids game story. It's like it doesn't have to be like, Glumshanks dies and everybody becomes depressed and Sprocket hangs herself. It's like the story doesn't need to be that deep, and it's like Skylanders Imaginators does an okay job at portraying just a basic children's game story. There's a bad guy, the good guys come in, take it down, and boom. Emphasis on the boom and the enchiladas. Like, so like with the story, like as you were saying, like I don't think it needs as much beef as it has, because there's so many more things wrong with Imaginators, like stock music. We'll get into that later. We'll wait for Jesse to come back on that one.
Yeah. Okay. Like, I'm just gonna get this out of the way. My least favorite Skylanders game is Ring of Heroes. It is literally the only Skylanders game that I actively do not like. I mean, you can't play it anymore.
I played 5 minutes of it and never touched it again. I wish I didn't delete it off my phone. Even if I did have it, I still wouldn't be able to play it because the servers are dead. But
like, literally the only good part of that game is the art. Like, the art is beautiful.
Dude, like, but, some of the concept art is fucking wild.
Like, the actual game itself, like it's just a gacha RPG. It's just a gacha turn-based RPG. Like, there's tons of games like it, and I don't really like the games like it. Like, just play Summoner's War. You get the same experience. Like, whenever I hear people say Ring of Heroes is so overhated, and I'm like, why do you think it's overhated? Well, the art's really good. I don't think anyone was like saying the art was bad. It's definitely really beautiful looking art. It's just the actual game is just ugh.
Honestly, yeah. Here, I'm trying to like go into the wiki and look at like some of the like images or whatever, because like we're on the topic of that, and like as you were saying, and like I can heavily agree to this, like the art for Ring of Heroes is so gosh darn good. For the first time on the podcast, I'm turning on the actual screen recording here, so like they aren't just seeing the still frame of Gex and Popviz, because I actually got to go through this for anybody who doesn't just listen but just sit there, like playing it on their TV or whatever. I'm gonna go through and like show off some of the art for Ring of Heroes here, so you guys like know what we're talking about. Like, it is like genuinely so damn good, and Just look at this.
Like I think the only thing that really comes close is like the Vicarious Visions concept art for like levels and stuff. Because damn, so like the people at VV know how to draw. Like, oh
Yeah, they do. It's like, I think that's why I really prefer like some of the VV games over Toys for Bob. Like, Superchargers is just because it feels very like, I don't know, it just feels like the art is so good for it, and it's like I really like a good visual experience, I guess.
Also, like, I saw this one piece of concept art. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to like pull it up, but it was like I think it was the Nightmare Express, but it looked like it was in the Giants art style, and it was some like trap team concept art, and it looked really nice. Like there was like Archean ruins and stuff. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to pull it up on the video, but like
You can like send me a picture and I'll look at it.
yeah, let me try and find it.
There's so much more concept art that I couldn't even find, or not concept art, but like a lot of like artwork that I couldn't even find for this. Like there's this like a whole bunch of pictures of like, for example, like Chaos or whatever, and they look so good. Some of this actually goes crazy. Like if some of these characters like actually had a series 2, like if Trap Masters had like series 2 variants or something, like these would definitely be what they got, and it's like they're so good. Like look at Trap Shadow. Dude, like this is all like so good, and the people who worked on Ring of Heroes and a lot of the art for it, especially like promotional stuff, like dude, they cooked. And like it's kind of making me think about it. If anybody's ever played something like Plants vs Zombies Garden Warfare, you've got like your regular pea shooter, and then you've got like your electro pea shooter, your dark pea shooter, you this and this, and I feel like a Skylanders game in that kind of format would go absolutely crazy. Bro, Malifor too, like again, this just goes crazy. Like a lot of the art just is so wild for it, and then after that it's just enough Ring of Heroes stuff for some reason. So this is the picture that John was talking about when he was saying the uh Nightmare Express in the style of Giants or whatever. And this goes crazy. Like I love the Giants art style. Like this makes me go crazy. All right. We got John back here. Jesse is still non-existent, but we're back and we're ready to lock in. I guess all the cool kids would say, and I'm a cool kid because I like smoke or something. I don't smoke. But anyways, we're gonna be talking about content creation, which is something that I usually talk about with a lot of the bigger people in the community, like Boombringer. So, John,
Show me a Jicky.
what do you got to say about your content creation here?
Well, I kind of just like accidentally became a content creator because like I remember like literally I think only like the very start of like last year I only had like 200 subscribers, and I mostly just posted like the occasional like meme or something, which didn't really get that much traction, but I didn't really care because I wasn't really striving to be a content creator. And then like I spend like 2 months starting from November making this giant elaborate fake leak. And then I post it like near the start of January. And it immediately no one believes it. Like I thought it at least fool a couple people, but no. Like the Redditors somehow got smart. Like as soon as I posted that, which you can probably like just look at my channel. Like it's the video that says like how to unsuccessfully make a.
No, I remember when the original leak came out. So like, but it reminded me because you were saying, "Oh, I hope I at least fooled somebody." It's like you did actually. I personally didn't believe it at first because it's unfortunate. I'm just like I'm wishing for a new game. It's just like I can't take it from Reddit. But anyways, I went to my school, right? And I know a couple of people in my friend group really like Skylanders. They really wanted to come back. So I was like, "Hey guys, look at the new trailer that just dropped." And I showed them the one that like wasn't recorded like with a fucking phone or whatever that was, like the actual video itself. And I showed them that and it got everybody hyped. Everybody believed it. So hopefully that makes you feel better.
Like, yeah, I tricked 30 people at least, or something around that.
You tricked somebody, but then I told them, "Sorry guys, it was fake." And they're like,
Yeah, like I spent like 2 months making it, so like when barely anyone believed it, I was like, oh damn, they really fell for a PowerPoint presentation, but didn't fall for this. What did I do wrong? And then I just randomly stumble into the Skylanders server because people in the music rip server were saying they were speaking about my leak. So I just hop in and be like, hello, and then I post, and then I make a quick like funny video saying that I made the leak and I just dumped like the semi-high quality assets into a video and just called it a day. Said like how to unsuccessfully make a Skylanders leak. And then I just posted it in self-promo in the Skylanders server. And like he interviewed me to find out like why I made it. And like he then posted a video on my leak, and then coincidentally, as soon as that happens, I start growing. Like I go from 200 subscribers to like 300 in like less than a month, and I'm like, what the hell?
yeah. I've started to
And then I
notice that
post,
growth as well too, with me. So I was like,
and then I start posting like a couple more memes, and then one that really blew up was Chaos telling you to kill yourself, which is my most viewed video at like almost 60k views, I'm pretty sure.
that's crazy. Honestly,
And
I'm gonna
like,
take his advice. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, and then I found out it was because people were trying to find that one like TikTok clip of Chaos saying, "Are you fucking?"
Are you
Yeah, and
fucking
people were trying to
filming
find
us
that.
right now?
People were trying to find that, but accidentally stumbled on my video, and it gave me tons of traction. Plus, with like Skylandia probably boosting my channel a bit, like I started growing. I started posting more and more memes and shit, and they were getting decent views. And then, like, I spent like a week making like an Oracle sniper video because I think, yeah, this is probably a funny meme idea. I could probably make this in like a week. So I make it, and then people were like, "Holy shit, this is good!" And I'm like, I don't really think it was that good, but okay. And then like Boombringer himself literally passes me down. Like, you know that one like scene in Kung Fu Panda where Oogway passes the staff and then just says, "My time has come."
Yeah, I was just
Yeah,
about to
that's
say, like, you remind
Boombringer is
me of like
Oogway
a
and I'm Master
little.
Shifu. He literally passed me like the staff of being the Skylanders meme guy
Yeah, I was
after I
about to
made
say,
that.
like, watching like
And I
some of
was
your
just
things,
like,
it's like
what the fuck?
you really
So
do
I
seem like a
posted
mini
the entire video on
Boombringer.
YouTube, and it blows up. Like it got like it's almost at 50,000 views now,
Damn.
and I didn't know, or is it 40,000? I can't remember, but like it blew up as well, and I'm like, holy shit! And then I start growing even more and more to the point to like where I got like I'd say I roughly got like 400, 500 subscribers by then. Then I just decided to drop like the first demo of Destocked, and I grow even more. So I just like decided, well, I'm growing, so I might as well just start making content. So I make content, just make a couple more memes, just more memes, and like I'm growing. I'm currently like 820 subs, like at the time of like the recording of this podcast. But like I was growing quick.
Yeah. And I remember at some point me and you were kind of in like a little sub war. It quickly ended when you passed me, but I mean, it was kind of funny.
Yeah, like I'm just like thinking like if I like I'm currently making like my first like actual proper video, right? That isn't just like a shit post.
Hmm.
So like I'm hoping that does relatively well.
It probably will.
Like I'm definitely expecting like the demo 2 trailer once demo 2 gets like relatively finished to probably blow up,
Yeah.
which would probably boost me to like maybe a thousand subs or something.
Yeah.
Like I definitely know like if as soon as I drop that demo 2, everyone's gonna view that video.
Hmm.
It's gonna probably get 10,000 views, probably even more if like other YouTubers like get the mod, get it now.
Yeah. That's kind of what happened with Jesse. When he was doing all the Lost Island stuff, he got noticed by Boombringer, and I remember at one point, me, Jesse, and Boom were all in a VC for like 8 hours straight. This was like when I first met him, so it was like really cool. I was like starstruck the whole time. But Jesse was figuring out all the Lost Island stuff, and then like a day later, Boom made a video, going with the peak is back. I repeat, peak is back, and that kind of like blew Jesse up because he shouted Jesse out, and that like it grew Jesse's video. I think his Lost Islands video is like at 10,000 views right now or something along those lines. It's obviously slowed down as the hype has kind of died down, but like that really blew Jesse up, and it was a really cool moment of time. So I feel like despite our community being so small, one big individual like Boombringer, or the Skylander dude or something, if one of them just shouts like a little mini guy like us out, and people like the community sees that somebody like us like have actual talent, it I don't know, you just kind of blow up in that sort of sense. It's kind of cool.
Yeah, it's because I think I got like some even more even more notoriety because like previously before I even blew up, I've been like in contact and working with different like Skylanders YouTubers. Like I organized like a couple polls that Boombringer the Boombringer shared and stuff.
Yeah.
So like I got some attention because I was added in it. Um, Boom also played my mod on stream. Calfuyama, a Spanish uh, Skylanders content creator,
Yeah.
played Destocked on stream, which got me some more clout. Skylandia is just like I'm just generally like really friendly with him.
Yeah, he's like one of my friends right now. Like he's like one of my best friends. Like he's like a Pookie.
Yeah, he's probably like one of the nicest people in the community. Like I'm not using this as an insult against anyone else, but like a specific like reseller, like he was probably the nicest person to that specific reseller compared to everyone else, and it was just sad that like specific reseller just targeted him for no particular reason when he was trying to help him the most. But like he's genuinely probably one of the most friendliest people in the community, and he knows how to make content.
Right?
Like
Well, he
like
has
there's a reason. Like,
what's even crazier is like he has all that experience with like video and content creation. That's why people call him like the Mr. Beast of the community, cuz like he genuinely puts a lot of time and like thoroughly edits and does thumbnails, and like I mean obviously he has like Premiere Pro and Photoshop, so he's got like an instant cheat code. But he did a Minecraft YouTube channel for like 5 years, I think. And funnily enough, I actually watched that channel before I actually knew of Skyland Deer, which is kind of cool. But Yeah, he has like that whole catalog of just experience, and that's why he's like, as soon as he posted his first couple of videos on Skylanders, like they were already like really good quality.
Like, as you mentioned thumbnails, like it's funny that like I just called him Bloombringer along with other people because like he just likes Bloom a lot. And it's just
Yeah,
funny. Like he made a video. He made like a live stream where he played SSA with Bloom
yeah, the
and
reshade.
like no offense, it looked good in some places, but like it just looked like a Skylandia thumbnail.
Yeah, it was kind of funny.
Also
Like
about
me and
other
him
people in the
were,
community,
huh?
Boombringer's probably really like he's really chill as well.
Dude, he's like one of the
Like
nicest
as I've
people
already
I
said,
know.
he's worked with me a bit. Like he's just generally a really friendly person, and like his content's amazing, and I fully understand why he's like probably the biggest person in the community at the moment.
Yeah.
He
Like
deserves it.
Boombringer is like, and I could go off on about him. Like he genuinely means so much to me. As like he was there like at the very beginning of my thing. He gave me a chance to like really put myself out there, and dude, I fucking love him for that. Like with the texture edits I did for one of his UNM streams, that like really put me out there. He wanted me on stream for my birthday. He's done so much for me, and he's like such a good dude. Like despite being the funny meme guy in the community, a lot of people would expect him to just be a troll, which I mean he is, but he's also like he's so friendly. Like he's got like one of the warmest hearts I know. Like he's so peak. Kind of like go off about everybody else right now. I guess I'll kind of like go off about like my content creation because I feel like it, because we're kind of on that
Yeah, sure.
topic. So as for like for me, right? I I post occasionally, very rarely. Right now, like the podcast has really made me start wanting to do more than just the podcast. It's kind of nice. So with doing the semi-weekly or kind of weekly podcasts that we've been doing, obviously the starter pack, which you're on right now. Um, with doing that, it's allowed me to like have the motivation to work on other things as well. Like I have this Trap Team collection video that I was working on for a long time, ever since like March, and I finished all the like I had all the recordings all implemented into my editing software, but I never like ended up editing any of that, and I just took the time yesterday to just do it, and then took me like 30 minutes, and I uploaded it, and it's already doing decently well for my channel. I think it's like um it is like almost a day old, but I think it's got like 200, 300 views right now, which is really nice. Because that kind of growth is just like something I don't usually get for my channel. And it was really nice because it was something that wasn't podcast related, which did pretty well. And the longer form content, like I did this video reacting to Skylander like 7 predictions or whatever. That did really well, and it was like a really well edited video. It got some really good music. Unfortunately, got copyright claim because it had like some Mario Galaxy music, but like how could I resist, bro? Mario Galaxy music is good. Anyways, I don't know. I just feel like the podcast has really pushed me to like move out of that kind of comfort zone and like do things that I don't usually do, and it's like I really appreciate that about this because yeah, and
Yeah,
it's nice too because what.
like the first couple of videos, like I remember like when I started, like when I immediately post a video and like I get 4 likes immediately, it feels so good. Because usually, like beforehand, like when I post a video, it gets no likes until like a day later.
If that, like, I remember. See, I have a little bit of a history with YouTube, like deer, right? Unfortunately, this is a side of me that, like, I don't think the community knows, but I used to make Five Nights at Freddy's plush videos. I used to take the little plushies and give them, like, whatever, and make them talk or make funny voices or whatever, and I used to make videos on that. That is where the first, like, 200 subscribers came from. Um, very embarrassing but kind of funny side. And I don't usually mind sharing some of those videos. They're all enlisted now, but that's kind of like where I got my start. And during that time, because at that point I was still a smaller creator, like getting 5 likes on a video meant so much to me. I remember actually like and I was young at the time, but I remember when I got 50 subs, I was like crying because it was like, wow, I'm like so famous. It's like 50 individuals, and it's like now I have like 10 times that, and it's not really emotional in the same way because I understand kind of what I'm worth and what I deserve, you know, and it's still really nice. I'm still kind of humble about it. I don't know what I'm yapping about, but I'm just like, yeah.
I'm just gonna like list down a bunch of other Skylanders content creators. Like I find really chill. Like Pyrapog is chill. Like he's cool. Like I speak to him in the Music Rips server sometimes. Crypt Crusher, like yeah, he's gone on a hiatus, but like he's the whole reason why I got back into the
Dude, I
series.
haven't talked like I've never really talked to Crypt Crusher. Like I've tried reaching out several times and I really want him to come on the podcast. Obviously, he's like busy with college and all that. But at some point I really want to like get to know him because he would like he was like one of the reasons why I kind of came back into the series as well as like some other people like Boombringer, SGTV and also Portal Master. I don't know if you've ever heard of him.
Oh yeah, him.
Yeah, probably hasn't posted in forever, but
Because like SGTV, like yeah, I don't share the same opinions as him, but he's chill. Like
Yeah.
yeah, his videos have a little bit of misinformation,
It was
but like
only one or two videos, and yeah, and
yeah,
he's grown
but
since then. Like we're working on that iceberg video, which I know I shouldn't mention. I should like keep that a secret. Ugh. But we're working together on an iceberg video, and I'm making sure and I'm hounding on him that he gets everything he says correctly.
you gotta remember like only like probably like 3 people like probably watched the entire podcast like all the way through. Like yeah, I watched every single episode of the podcast all the way through, but like I'm not everyone.
Yeah, and it's not just three. I know there's a lot of individuals, especially within the community, um, who will watch all these all the way through because they're actually kind of entertaining. Despite me being a child, it's kind of nice that I've been given this chance, right? Because as I was saying earlier with like Boom giving me the chance, it's like because of my age, I feel like it would be so much harder to get myself out there and like do
Um,
something because being a child, like
uh,
what?
um, my uh, uh, um,
While you figure out what you were gonna say, I'm gonna continue. So, be
sorry, sorry, my internet kind of went down, so I was just making random noises until you responded into this. Sorry.
okay.
Yeah,
You good?
yeah, sorry.
No, you're good. Okay. As I was saying, being a child and a content creator is like kind of difficult because people will hear that like higher pitched voice and be like, all right, this is like stupid kid. He won't know what he's talking about. And it's really nice when somebody like Boombringer or something gave me that chance because although I am a child, I can prove myself to be, as great, if not greater than people who are, older than me. And I
Yeah,
just really appreciate.
you're Sheldon.
What's that?
You're young Sheldon. You literally said you're like young Sheldon.
Well, I kind of am. For those of the people who don't know, and I kind of brag this around because it's like it's kind of a cool achievement. Is at 15, I'm going into college, and um, that's kind of a big deal, and it's like really cool. And I'm really glad that not only, the people at the college that I'm going to have given me that chance and that opportunity to prove myself at, 15, but also like a lot of the people in the community on the YouTube side of things, despite being a child, I've been given this chance to shine and I do shine.
Yeah, like most of the like Skylanders content creators, like Cloudbreaker, like he's chill as well, but like I don't really know many of them that well. Like one of the videos that like I was expecting to blow up, but like it didn't, was the video where it was like top 10 rarest Skylanders. And it was just a bunch of like stupidly common figures and like platinum sheep.
Platinum sheep.
And like and Boombringer's like take of it that I used got more views than like the actual video, which is funny.
Yeah, well,
Like the actual video.
Boombringer's got a lot more of an audience behind him, and yeah, like people know you as like the meme guy, but do they know like where you come from? You know, like do they know the roots? It's like I feel like once people realize who's making the memes, I think that'll like really boost you. I mean, I know a lot of people already have, but I feel like when the people like on Boom's side of the community who watch that, like the top 10 rarest things, once they figure out that you were the one who made that whole thing, I'm pretty sure they'll realize, hey, this guy's the one with the funnier memes, and yeah, no need to diss on Boom, but like, if you get what I'm saying.
Yeah, like the thing is with that video is that I got nearly every single big SkyTuber I could in there.
You even got me in there, which is cool, and you just called me the podcast guy.
Yeah, because I just added like a nickname tag to everyone because like funny.
Yeah, it's
So,
like I understand you couldn't really figure out what else to put. It's like it made me kind of realize, is that like what I'm known for is just the podcast guy? It's like, I mean, yeah, those are like the videos that do really well. It's like, do I really want to be known as the podcast guy?
yeah, sorry for that. It's just like
Dude, it like made me
Like-
have like this massive wave of like post nut clarity before the nut. It was like I was sitting in my bed and I was like, what? I was like, am I just gonna be known as the podcast guy for the rest of my life? Like, I was just sitting there.
Also, like the approach I take to like content creation is it's similar to what Boombringer says, but like don't do what everyone else is already doing
Right.
because that's boring.
Well, I mean,
That's
here's my thing, right? People have made the podcast for Skylanders, but mine's just the best one because I'm already kind of close with a lot of people in the community, so it's like I'm already like defaulted to have people on, which is really nice. I'm also not really controversial, and I don't go into like politics randomly. No need to like diss on those people, but if you know, you know.
yeah, like
Yeah.
yeah, like
If you know, you know.
the main approach that I take to making content is make content that I want to make. So it's just like I think of like funny ideas to make into a video, and I'm like, I want to make that.
Right.
Sorry. I think my internet might have goofed.
Nah, you're good.
But like, the main like approach I take to making content is I make content that I want to make and isn't what everyone else is already making.
Right.
Which is probably why I'm making memes mostly.
Yeah, and that's kind of like Boom's philosophy. And I'm kind of like in the middle. I want to make stuff that I find entertaining whilst also entertaining an audience. I have always naturally been somebody who wants to make people laugh and have a good time. That makes me sound like really weird. Hey, I want to make you have a good time. Like, that's crazy. I just said that. But, I want to entertain people, but also make myself happy. Because, like, when I'm happy, I just, like, it brightens the whole mood when when one person's happy,
Yeah, like I make content mostly because I think like what I want to make.
Wait,
and
you
then
make content?
like
What's your YouTube channel?
yeah, I make content that I want to make, but also content that like no one else is making. So I won't make like a traditional top 10 rarest Skylanders video because that's already been done like 80 different times.
Right? There's got to be some satire to it, and that's what you did.
Like, I'd much rather make like a subversion of that because it's funny.
Yeah, and it's like another thing kind of on the topic of doing things that nobody's ever done before. I have this whole catalog of things that are great ideas that are things that people have never done before. I won't share those because I don't want nobody, far with far more time and money and motivation on their hands to steal that shit from me. But something like going out and taking a sledgehammer to tree wrecks. Like, have you ever seen like somebody do a tech destruction video on a Skylander? It's like it's kind of funny.
Yeah, like make what you want to make and make it different.
Right.
Which which the video I'm making now, no one's really made something like it. Like people have suggested the idea of a remaster, but people haven't actually considered the idea of, do people actually want it back? Do people actually want Skylanders back, or are they just saying it because why not?
Yeah. Yeah, it's really cool. Like with a lot of the content creation, it's just I feel like a lot of other people are going with that same approach of doing like what nobody else does. And it's really nice in that way that like when everybody does that, there's always something new to watch. Like I watched this like one of the videos that brought me back like last year into Skylanders was watching a video where like somebody plays through a giant's Nuzlocke, right? But every time their character dies, they go out and like actually destroy their Skylander.
Oh yeah, I think I saw that as well.
Yeah, like that video was entertaining. It's like that's something nobody's ever done before. They took a concept that somebody's already done with the UNMs and or like not with UNMs, but like the Nuzlocks, and did something new with it. And I really respect that, and I really like that. I like it when people do something like that. I watched this video the other night where somebody basically made a Scott the Woz-esque video with a couple of his friends with the Skylanders, like as the main thing. And I forgot who made it because like the video was like really high quality, but yeah. Where is Jesse, by the way? Like,
Bro, it's feasting.
so he, for context for the people who are watching, he went out to go eat, but I didn't know if he's like going out to his kitchen to eat or if he's like going out to like a buffet or something. There he is.
He's back.
Sorry,
Peter's
I was eating food for a while and I was spending time with my parents because it's my dad's birthday today. So that's why I was gone for a while.
Oh man, what a great timing. We've been here yapping for like an hour and you've just been non-existent like my father. I mean, what? So
Also,
Don't you mean your mother?
it doesn't matter, don't matter.
It's like I know I keep saying also like and then adding another thing, but like once
Also
I
too.
get that piece cooked so hard, like I'm saving up for a PC, which a big reason for why I'm not making like longer form content and why like I'm not really making that many like really cool memes is because because like with the limitations I have, it's so limiting.
Right. I'm right now, a lot of my stuff that I edit with is on my phone. Is on like this free one called KindMaster. But I'm just gonna go into like piracy. But I got a cracked version of it that removes the watermark, which is really nice, and I've just been editing on that for like the past year. Recently I've like switched over to DaVinci Resolve or DaVinci Resolve. I call it DaVinci because it's funny.
Same.
Um, and then Premiere Pro, which I've started a little bit, which I'm getting used to, but it's a process with that one. And even with all of those like high like industry standard editors, like I always go back to my roots occasionally with KindMaster because like that's if I have a video that I filmed on my phone, I'll most likely edit it on my phone because it's just easier to edit there, right? And I still get the same quality, and I can still export like 60 frames at 4K. It's like really nice.
Yeah, I use CapCut. Even like the leak I made it entirely with like Ibis Paint assets, green screen assets,
Dude, I had
and
a feeling like I felt the energy of like Ibis Paint and CapCut and like because that's where I come from, you know. I come from the Ibis Paint. I still use that shit for like thumbnails and stuff too, which is nice. Yeah. Well, now that Jesse is here, I think it's time we talk about the elephant in the room. Destocked and
yeah.
rebalanced.
Okay, so
Sure.
anyone who doesn't know, Destocked plus Rebalanced is a mod for Imaginators, which replaces every single instance of stock music. Stock music is like licensed music that wasn't made for the game, with original music from the Skylanders series, or brand new music by our composers CJ, Spyro Studios, and Cartoon Low Studios.
Yeah.
And then with
I
the
swear to God,
rebalanced
if I
stuff,
just got an internet outage then.
a little bit, maybe. I don't know.
Oh,
Anyways,
okay.
for the rebalanced part, John and a couple other people, I think Math, right?
Math did a tiny bit. Like I mostly did it. Like Math was the one who mostly found like where the multipliers were, and then I just edited them.
Yeah. So basically, these guys go into the files or like the individual character files, which are called .packs or whatever, and edit a tiny little value that is so extremely hard to find with every single playable character up until Imaginators, and make them more balanced for Skylanders Imaginators. Because as some of you guys may know, unless you have an Imaginator or a Sensei, Imaginators is a very difficult game. You can't just go in with a Shroom Boom and dominate the same way you can in like Superchargers. So they did this rebalance kind of thing. That's where it comes from, to make everybody equally as playable and usable. There are some, you know, characters that have either higher damage or lower damage here and there, and that's why these guys have been hard at work to fix those. They've got a demo out right now, actually, and I will link all of the information on how to actually get Destocked Rebalance, or like the first demo right now, because that's the only thing that's out. I'll show you guys how, or sorry, not show you guys. I'm not gonna show you guys anything. That's up to y'all. I'll link all that stuff in the description. Because it is genuinely like the only way I could play Imaginators right now. It just makes the game so bearable. And I think if everybody used it, I feel like everybody could really get back into Imaginators and like appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Like if you want to find out about how like I originally like thought of the idea for the mod, like I was just randomly in the music group server. JesseTheLamest, also known as Neffy, is the main person who's making like who makes all the tools for modding. So I randomly said, "Man, I wish I could replace the stock music in the game," and then she just said, "You can already do that." I'm like, "Just what?" So
Would you do
yeah,
it?
then I just started doing that.
And here we are.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, so Neffy, or Nefarious Tech Support, or Jazz
I swear to God, if I just got another internet,
Bro.
oopsie.
So um she is a very talented and
Dum dum
hardworking individual in the community who's done a lot with Skylander modding, as well as like, you know, asset ripping and stuff like that. I almost said ass ripping. But she's awesome. I'll link her channel down there as well if you guys are interested in the modding scene. There is a whole
That's
server
super.
dedicated to like all the funny tech side of the community. I don't know if I'm gonna
You
link
should
that
probably
one for
link
sure. Huh?
Don't link that. Don't link that.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna link that one because it's like it's kind of chill there and we're trying to keep it like that. But yeah, that's like that's all I really got to say about, you know, my part with like Destock Rebalance. I'm gonna try and like actually contribute to the project too at some point.
So Jesse, do you want to ask any questions?
No. other than possibly maybe PS4 at some point.
Okay, probably after the demo comes out on
Yep.
every other.
Yeah, that's fine. Hear me out. I can help with playtesting because I have a modded PS4.
Right.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
no, we're definitely good with playtesting because like I've got nothing better to do with my life. But like, if you needed
And it's-
like Jesse
yeah.
for anything on the PS4 version of it, I'm sure he'd be glad to help as he's got a modded PS4 and he's got nothing better to do.
Well, I mean, I am working now.
Yeah, that's right. My boy's growing up so fast. But yeah. Here we are about an. Bless you, Jesse.
Excuse me. Thank you.
Here we are about an hour in. Do you guys have anything else you want to say?
Not really sure. Sorry, I was gone for so long.
Yeah, that's all right. We still cook.
And also, it was awesome having you on the podcast, John. And hearing the rambling at the beginning was great. I'm gonna have to listen back to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, I'm thinking of doing that PS4 port at some point. I'm just waiting for my composers to actually finish Wumpa and Wumpa Islands at this point.
Bro, let me just
Which,
do
like,
that for you.
music
Just like
takes
send
a
you
long
the soundtrack for Crash. Anyways,
time.
I think that's all we really got to say.
Yeah.
Like, all I'm gonna say is stock music is bad because it just doesn't fit with like the beautiful soundtrack that Lorne Wolf and the other composers made.
Wolf.
Born Wolf.
Lorne
Born Wolf.
Wolf. Anyways, I've got nothing else to say. Jesse, you got anything to add?
Nope.
John.
Okay, so like and subscribe to Shojiki, guys, and then like and subscribe to me.
But wait. The question that everybody gathered here for. What does VLC stand for? Like VLC media player or
What does it stand for? Why did his internet die again, or is he just being silent?
what does it stand for, John?
I cannot tell you that.
Why?
It's law. It's okay. Okay, I'm gonna say. You know Dan TDM, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So his
What?
stands for the diamond minecart.
Valiman
TDM.
Okay, so-
Kinecart.
I said the diamond minecart.
No, I was
Fuck.
looking at VLC, like Valiman Kinecart. Like
Okay, so before I say what it stands for, make sure to like and subscribe to me and Shojiki, and also
Lock in
Jesse
your
as well,
answers in the
because
comments
he's
down
also
below.
here.
yeah, Jesse and John and everybody will be linked down in the description.
So
Thank you.
God damn it! Why do we keep having internet issues?
Uh-huh, excuses. What is it,
Because
John?
UK internet.
What does it mean?
Um, so I keep having internet issues and it's
Uh-huh.
pissing me off.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so make sure to like and subscribe to me, Shojiki, and Jesse, and the VLC in my username. The VLC stands for so the V stands.
Bro does not want to explain himself.
No, it's not just that.
Oh, did you purposely kick him?
No. He's now gone. It is now me, you, and the music now, Slim. I hope you hear it. We're in the car. No.
Oh my god.
Yeah, he's gone now.
Did you actually kick him?
No, I didn't. He's just gone now.
That's a little bit of a skill issue on his part.
I guess we'll never know what the V stands for.
Nor the L and the C.
Damn. What an emotional moment. Well, if you guys enjoyed that podcast, again, make sure to like and subscribe, and subscribe to me and Jesse and John VLC, of course. And with that, that's gonna be it. See you guys in the next video. Bye bye.
Bye, you guys.